Hello YouTube, it's Jessica from STDIO APIs. Welcome to another tutorial. In this tutorial we're going to continue where we left off in the last tutorial. As you remember, in the last tutorial we worked with the models YouTube Pi, and in this tutorial I promise you that by the end of this tutorial we're going to be testing on our dashboard on our MCP Inspector, and that's what we're going to do. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to go into our code. And by the way, as you remember, I've been putting everything here. This is what we did in the last tutorial. Now we have video 4 from the MCP Inspector part. And this is what we're going to be doing here. I'm going to put this on my GitHub so you can follow. You can know exactly the files that I've used and the code that I use, so you can follow along. So the first thing we gotta go into, these are the four main files that we're going to be working with. A is the config pi. You've seen this a million times by now. It's got all the configurations for what we're doing right now. We have the main.py that I'm going to be showing you now. MCP Server, which is the most important file right now, and it's got the system status tool, which will be the first tool that we try on the MCP Inspector. So let's go right into the main.py. Main.py is very short. All it is just an entry point for the MCP Inspector, and it's, as you can see, is calling MCP Server, the main from MCP Server, and that's all it does. So the magic is done here. This is the most important file right now, is the MCP Server. This is what is connecting everything together for the roots and everything for MCP Inspector and main.py. Not so much the models in this one, because this one we're only going to be checking for the system status to begin with, but later it will be the one that ties everything together. So it's a very important file, so we need to talk about it. The first thing we need is going to be bringing asynchronous IO. You've seen this before. Is bringing it from the async library. Is bringing logging to do all the logging, typing, all the types for the type safety, and making sure that everything is up to spec with Python. We have all the MCP server. Here we're bringing the server class from MCP. I keep want to say MPC. MCP server is bringing the initialization options and all of that from MCP server. Standard IO also, and all the server capabilities, tools capability. All of that stuff is coming from there. So now here is where it's making the connection with config. I commented out these two lines here because these are the other tools. I don't want to talk about these tools just yet. So we just want to talk about this tool. So that's why they're commented out for now. We're going to be working with those in the next tutorial. Here is where it's the logging gets configured. It's going to, the format with datetime library and all of that good stuff. It's going to log the name. This is got a typo there. This one creates the main MCP server instance using these configuration values, the MCP server version and MCP server name. That's what you're gonna see when we get into Inspector. This is what initializes the tools. Like I said, these are commented out because I don't want to talk about those yet. We'll talk about those later. Right now we're only initializing this first tool. This gets initialized. It will log how many tools were actually loaded. This is decorator registers this function to handle list tools requests from all the clients, and it's going to, what this is doing, it will iterate through all the register tools with this for loop right here, and it's going to extract the tool's name, the tool's description, and the tool's input schema. So that's what's happening here in that loop. It's going to go through all of them. He's going to assemble them. It's going to return the tool list right there. And if he finds an error, it's going to return an empty list. This is what's going on there. This one, it registers the tool request. It does the executing of the tool calls. It finds them, executes them right here. Now we're going to start formatting the response to make it look pretty as well. This is going to format the response for each one of the tools. So basically it's going to repeat over and over again. This is for the first tool, for the second tool that we will do next time, and the market analysis tool. This is where all of that is, because it's formatting, making it look pretty when you see it on the report. And you're gonna see that. I'm gonna be showing you, not in this tutorial, next tutorial. And then it's going to do the same for the system status. That's the one that we're working with today. It's going to format the system status results. It's going to append all appending and making it look pretty. And it's going to let you know what got configured, whether YouTube is configured, whether Firebase is configured, whether Anthropic is configured, and the max videos per search. Where is getting this information? By now you know, config. So it's coming from here, and that's exactly where it's coming from. It's right there. It's gonna give you the YouTube API key, the Firebase, the Anthropic for Claude for the model, and then how many videos per search. This is where it's coming from. So we go back here. That's going to finish, and with all the stuff, that's just the main and making. That's what you're going to see. So it's going to give you the configuration of the server name. It's going to give you the server version. That's what we got from up there. You saw it that I show you. And then it's going to be standard IO, because that's what we're using right now. We're not using HTTP. We're not using SSC. Right now we're using a standard IO. And it's the main. So that's what's happening with the MCP server. We continue now with the system status tool. This is the actual tool. And just in case you forgot how that works, this is the difference. This is where what we did in the last tutorial, but now we're talking about tools. And tools, MCP tools work a little bit different from REST API endpoints. If you are familiar with the REST API, you know that you use the CRUD. CRUD stands for create, R, I forgot what R stands for, update and delete. R, I forgot. So this is what it's doing here under the hood. This is the REST API. It works with any HTTP client. It maps the URLs to data entities. It's got multiple endpoints. It's completely stateless. Each request is independent. Excuse me. And then it's a standardized error handling. By contrast, when we're working with MCP tools, it's completely dynamic, and it's always changing. You're always asking what tools are available, and you're gonna see that we list them. The schema, you can describe your own input requirements. There's only one single endpoint. Here you have multiple endpoints. It's completely stateful. It's persistent. Here each request is independent. It's stateless. With MCP, it's completely stateful. And it's asynchronous by default, because it's more it's new, right? REST API is being around for a long time, and it works completely different there. When it comes to the CRUD, what does U stands for, oh, update, I forgot. That's what it stands for. So this is your CRUD. Let me just put this here. So this is normally your REST API, and you will be the MCP equivalent. It will be the read, it will be get, post, put, delete, and post. And if you've done a little bit of backend stuff and use Postman, you know exactly what I'm talking about, because this is what you do for a REST API. And by contrast, when you're using MCP, it's all about using this. In our case, it will be call tool, get video, create video, and then you have the JSON for the data, for the ID. It's basically, think of it here, each one is a URL. If you, when you work with CRUD, you always do // because each one is independent, right? Here everything is going through one single endpoint. So that's a major difference. For a while, it took me a while to understand that. And that's why I'm putting this here, just to give you an idea. The MCP clients can discover available tools and their schemas dynamically. For REST API, the endpoints are typically documented externally, either OpenAPI, Swagger, and that's what I'm using in my other app. The transport, the base model is using, the protocol is using JSON RPC over standard IO, WebSocket, or HTTP. REST is using just the more traditional HTTP and secure HTTP only. The state management is persistent for MCP, is stateless for REST, and multiple and single endpoints. Just to give you an idea, because sometimes you see what is the difference. They're similar, but they're very different at the same time. So getting back to the code, and now we're going to show you what the system status tool does. And it's bringing the login, the PS util, the typing for the type safety, datetime for the timestamps. MCP is bringing the tool, whatever tool we're using now. It's going to log, it's going to do all the initialization, and it's going to, you're gonna see it. It's better to see it on the actual dashboard. It will make more sense. This is where everything gets called with the configurations that we establish in the MCP server file, and all of this stuff. These are where these questions get asked, and make sure that they are configured or not, and you're gonna see it. And then error handling, uptime, metrics, same thing that we saw, and then the API status. So now we're going to save this, make sure hopefully I didn't get any errors. And now we're going to run it. That's the main thing. So in order to run it, let me bring the API here, API, the terminal, and let's get back to my cheat sheet here. And then we did this one, we did the MCP server, we went over that, and now we're getting here, we went over that system status tool. That's our first tool. And now we need the command, which is this guy. This is got no security, that's why it's warning you, dangerously omit authorization. So don't want to use that with production. So you're going to do, are you gonna let me copy and paste? Control C, and then get into here, paste it, and then here's, we're gonna copy and paste it, and just hit enter, and hopefully it works. And I've had problems. We had a storm today, so there's been, the internet has been really bad, and I don't think it's still on right now. I had to pause the video because like I said, we had storms in this area, thunderstorms, and the internet has been really bad, but it finally is working now. So now we can go here and test it. And let's do it here. Try again. Now this does a good sign. So now we're gonna try to connect. It's connected, and now we're going to list our tools. We're only gonna see one tool, our system status tool, and there, voila. So that's good. So we choose that one to test it. And now we're going to include detailed system metrics, run the tool, and it's running, and success. Voila, it works. So there you go. So you have, we got this from the config file. You remember YouTube API, the Firebase, the Anthropic, and all the max videos per search. Status healthy, the version, and all of that. So we're ready for the next video. In the next video, we're gonna get more into the search videos, and we're gonna start using our YouTube data API. But that's gonna be in the next video. This is the end of this tutorial. If you like this tutorial, please click the like box, subscribe to my channel, and I will see you next time with another tutorial. Take care.